dear friends, and welcome to Mystic Star Magic. I am beyond happy you are here. So I haven't been doing this, and it's just kind of a comeback of new moon messages, especially in this focus though, is new doors that are opening, like all doors that are opening this new moon for you. So it's very, very exciting. Also, what is happening, so this is a new moon in Cancer, but whenever you watch this, it's just, timeless. It's meant for you to hear it. There is there is the Venus going retrograde. I do have a video on the blessings that are coming for this Venus retrograde, and that is a collaboration with Monique. So I highly recommend. I'm going to put it up, and I highly recommend that you go check it out as well. If you're feeling up to it, it's a very positive little collaboration, but positive messages coming through. So, like I said, highly recommended. Just thank you for being here. Thank you so much if you are new and giving me a chance. It really, it's like, wow, it makes me excited. And if you're one of my old friends who's been with me for a while, thank you so much for coming back. It does mean a lot to me. If you want to support the channel, if you feel like the messages that you get or whatever the content I give is of value to you, please do consider liking and subscribing. It does really help. Or if you don't actually feel like, joining, Google and all that stuff, then consider just watching the whole video through. It does help that way as well. Or share it with others that you think will benefit from my content. And I will be putting in, sorry that I'm like making this long. I always try to make my beginnings kind of quick, but I did want to say that I will be putting up Reiki in this channel. I was trying to make a different Reiki channel, but it just didn't make sense to me. So do consider like checking out the Reiki. I try to make it like kind of unique and helping everybody as much as I can. So consider checking that out when it's up. Just like anything else, just if you like my oracles, or if you want to support the channel by checking out at my Etsy store, that would be helpful. There I do personal readings, and you can find information down below, or you can check it out on Etsy as well. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm just very grateful that you are here. So let's look at each pile now. So we have pile one is this beautiful, I have to say, like, I love these toppers. Like, I was connecting to each energy and I'm just like, wow. Okay, so that's pile one, that's pile two, look at that. And then it's pile three. You actually have two cards. So this one is the one that wanted to pop up and be in there. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. Close our eyes, clear our mind. And now as we exhale and open our eyes, choose whichever pile draws you to it. All right, let's do this. Hello, pile one. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, I'm so excited to have you here. So we're actually just going to see this. I'm going to do the tarot at the end. I know it's not something that I usually do, but we're trying something new. So enlightenment. Oh, I want to do these first, and then we'll do there we go. So enlightenment coming here. I do just want to see what it is. Okay, so I should introduce you my oracles. This is the Sacred Destiny, and you can find this on Hay House. They usually have good sales. This is Divine Intelligence by Moonology Oracles, and you can find this on Etsy. You can find these three on Etsy. This is the Wish Oracle by V Love and Tarot, and this is my Mystic Site Oracle. Okay. Ooh. All right, so let's dive in here. So we have enlightenment. I do feel like you're actually you're moving in the stars. You're sailing away, smooth sailing. So for me, a part of this, like the new doors that are opening for me, it's sort of like this is a Six of Swords energy. So you're leaving behind something that I would say maybe there's like tougher times, tumultuous times where there's more, I would say, like there's a sense of chaos here. To me, you're actually heading towards your purpose, like in here in your direction. You're actually, your purpose, your true purpose is guiding you somewhere, and that's the enlightenment. It's guiding you somewhere, and I think it's somewhere new for you. It is so this is actually very important new moon for you, because it's sort of guiding to where you need to go. I do feel like, and you can even see here, so it's direction. I feel like you are headed towards, maybe this is kind of pointing towards the south, I guess, yeah. South. To me, south is always representing of emotions. So that's what I'm seeing here for you. So like there's a sense of your, I would say higher vibrations, just because it's towards your purpose, it's guiding you. And there's also like, look at this, you have this sense of excitement. So to me, it's all like an adventure. For you, for some of you, there might be an actual trip where you actually go to a trip or a vacation or a holiday, and then you, somewhere in that process and in where you are, you kind of get an urging in your heart, like there's like, you get this like idea of like, wait, I think I really want to do this, or like, you know, I should try this, something like that, or you're like, it's just, it comes from, to me, it comes from the heart, and it could even be like, it doesn't even have to be like a big thing, like it could be a staycation. It's something where you're out and about and you get this like an idea. I don't know, it's like a pull of like, hey, you know, I should do this. Consider, and I really do mean that, like following that as much as you can, because I feel like that's guiding you. Your heart is guiding you to where you need to be. So energetic responsibility. I also so for me, this is all about, it's this time where you're actually taking, you're taking the wheel of the driving. Like you decided, this is where I'm, like, you're taking charge of your life. That's what I'm saying. So that's the energetic responsibility. You're taking charge of your life. So this is a very beautiful, new like door that is opening. It's opening, like your true purpose is calling you. You're replying. You're like, yes, I want to do this. And so it's going to guide you. So like, this is not just the end. This is, I would say this is very much like a full, like you're about to take off into something new, full or a page. Let's see what, so let's look at the tarot. So what new doors are opening for the collective or group one this new moon? The Knight of Swords. Okay. 10 of Wands. Page of Cups. Have the 4 of Wands. It's like, cool. I'm gonna towel here. And then, well, 5 of Wands, and then 3 of Pentacles. Those are just the ones they fell. So I'm just like, I wasn't going to take that many. Just so you know, I wasn't going to do that. But this is sort of what we wanted to see. Okay. So I feel like for some of you, here is the, it's almost like a sort of like a solution, even though there was no real question about it. So one of the doors that is opening is the 3 of Pentacles for you. It is the door of collaboration. And this is very important because I feel like you come from like the time here is more of the 5 of Wands. It could be, it's a lot of competition for something. And I feel like that's coming to an end with the Tower right next to it. That competition is sort of like, nope, we're done with the competition. It's now the doorway of collaboration. I also feel like, wow, this is actually fascinating. You have a lot of Wands energy. And for me, that is a lot of like passion and creativity. And I do feel like that's what you're being guided to. But it's not that you are going to have to battle it out with others, but rather that is a sense of helping, like finding your community maybe, or like helping people while they help you as well. So it's sort of like a give and take. it. You're not at it alone. You don't have to compete, but rather collaborate. And that's an important thing for you. Yeah, we're shifting, changing. That's a transformation. We do have the Four of Wands. There's a sense of celebration. I feel like, to me, and this is weird because not everybody, there's a celebration here of the Tower. Sort of like, yes, yes. So you even have the 4, 5. And I feel like the Pentacles is a sense of we need to ground also this creative fire energy. So celebrating very much, having fun. It could even, like I said, I feel like maybe a trip or something where you are like celebrating, but it comes at a realization. There's a realization that happens, and that's that you no longer have to compete, but rather that there's a sense of wanting to collaborate instead. Yeah, let's see, this is all about being heart-centered. This is the message here. And I do like this, you may not see it, but like the pigs may fly, and there's a sense of yes. So this door that's being opened, it's something that you maybe, first of all, maybe others will say, oh no, there's no way that this can happen. So it's an idea that you have, or it could be an idea. And I'm saying it in terms of an idea, but it could be that you're considering like love, because love is also important here. It's something where your heart is guiding you. Other people might say, oh no, that can't work. But really your heart and your intuition is saying, no, it will work. So whatever it is, yeah, it's guiding you here. Let that, even if it seems highly impossible, improbable, really like follow that intuition of yours, your heart center here. 10 of Wands, I do feel like we came to an end here. Like you're walking away, you're taking, so I'm almost here what I'm going to say. So 10 of Wands sometimes is when you're moving forward towards something, but you still have to kind of wrap up loose ends, and so that might be something for you. I do feel like the message that I want to give you as you go into this new, as you enter this new door or opportunity, is that take what's really important and leave everything else behind. You don't want to take too much, like, and that could just be emotional baggage as well. It's like just take what you need, and the rest will come. I hope that makes sense. And then the Knight of Swords is really, yes, again, like really listening to this. It's a calling, it's something, and it's taking action. It's almost like you get this idea and you take action even before you've thought it through. Like I know it doesn't sound right. Like I mean, for some of you, may sound a little irresponsible, or like, oh, especially if you're my planners, you're like, oh, I have to plan everything. No, it's just sort of like, gotta, get that, you got that hunch in your heart or in your, like tummy, and you go for it. And then what I'm seeing here, so why, even though you're not planning everything, there might be this Three of Pentacles. So do ask for help, or connect with others that are going through something similar. Hope that makes sense. I'm excited for you, my friends. All right, let's see what other things are coming through here. Okay, so we have last quarter moon. These are the moon messages. So make time for self-love. Yeah, focusing on yourself. Maybe that trip might be something that you need. Maybe if you're like, oh my goodness, I have to, like, if you're in the state of competing and trying to like go up higher and higher and higher and higher, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, but what I'm saying is sort of like, nope, right now it may be just about self-love, really listening to your heart and your intuition, and then looking at the bigger picture. I feel like what I'm seeing here is sort of like, this is very short-term plan, like this is too short-term, where you're competing with others. Really, like, if you actually wanted to move forward and do more, it's collaboration where it's at. It's not competition. This will burn you out. This will keep you inspired, right? Very, very beautiful message. All right, let's see what guidance the Moon Magic little oracle card has for you. A collective of group 1. I let go of anxiety. Oh, I let go of the anxiety of others. There it is. You could, yeah, because if you're carrying that burden, it's not yours to carry, my friend. And I choose to take a higher perspective and widen my views. Again, look at the bigger picture. That's this is exactly what you're looking for here. And I'm open to and responsive to the abundance of the universe. So don't think, like I said, for me, it's sort of like somebody's going to tell you, oh, whatever it is that you want might not happen, right? And don't listen to that, because that is not what your message here and your heart is telling you. If your heart and intuition are guiding you to something, that is really a lot stronger than what somebody else says, because they can't put themselves in your shoes, and they might have their own like baggage to deal with, right? So this is your message, my friends, from group 1. I hope this helps you. I hope it gives you like excitement, because I'm feeling excited for you. Beautiful things are coming your way. Just keep on keeping on. I'm sending you so much love and so much light. Until I see you in the next one. Bye bye, my dear friends. My friends from group 2. Okay, so let's go into this one, illumination. We're gonna do this and just get these cards out for you. And we're gonna leave the moon messages for the end here. So illumination. Okay. So I think to me, the door that is kind of opening for you in this new moon is a sense of peace, right? It's a sense of, wow, coming to be in peace with where you are, which is funny. It's almost like you are, like, to me it just seems like maybe you were dissatisfied with some aspect of where you are right now. And this new moon actually lets you see what you haven't seen before, is that this place, wherever you are, right, there is like, first of all, there's beauty there, and there's more to it, like where you are at right now, there's more to it than you were seeing because you were looking at it through the eyes of, I don't want to say scarcity, but it's sort of like you're looking at it through the lens of half full rather than half empty. Half empty rather half full. And then that's a more like a cliche, and it doesn't quite match what I intend, but we're going with it. It's just you're looking at maybe what you don't have or what you're missing rather than what you do have, and what what's available to you, the very many blessings that you have. And I feel like that's the illumination that comes through here. Yeah, so pretty. I really do like it. You have no idea. Because I feel like, well, yeah, you are this sense of like the openness, right? You're actually seeing, you're finally tasting the sweetness of your life as it is right now, right? And that's, to me, is very important. See, this is the healing, right? There's like you couldn't see something. This is, a blindfold, right? But when you take it off, you actually are able to see the true beauty of where you are and who you are right now. Yeah, deeper perspective. You're not seeing things at a very at a superficial level. Not saying that that's how you're seeing, but I think you weren't looking deep enough to see the beauty within you and around you. And so this is the deeper perspective. And so I should probably say, so this is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. You can find this on Hay House. They usually have good sales. This is my Mystic site Oracle. Sorry, I have to, because I forget sometimes to put it on down below. So this is the Wish Oracle by V. Love and Tarot, and this is Moon Moth Goddess's Divine Intelligence Oracle. And you can find these three on Etsy. Okay, so now let's go into the tarot and see what doors are opening, what like possibilities are opening for the collective of group 2 this new moon cycle. And it's more than just this cycle. It feels like it's stronger vibrations to me than just like a little bit. It's something that you're going through and will be going through for a while. Just let's say the moon is there, 100. Yes. Okay, I can see that. All right, we have Knight of Cups. Oops, sorry. I pulled on the thing. So I'm actually gonna put one more card. And this is sort of, I wanted to just have the answer to it all. And so what I meant for that was more of, okay, and I'm actually going to take this one too. Okay. These are the answers to this, opening this door. So let's see how I can get it. Okay. So yeah, look at this beauty. So the Seven of Swords here, I'm actually going to say sort of, it's funny. It's almost like you were, I think, not lying to yourself, but you were not being honest with yourself. And even here, like it's almost like you're hiding from this moon energy, right? And so this comes in, this new opportunity is an opportunity to really actually, I want to say, be yourself, be true to yourself, and be, I think you saw yourself as not enough, and that's sort of what to me, and here we go from that into this Queen of Cups, where you, I think, are beginning to understand your power of intuition, of being able to manifest, but of being okay. And look at this, to me, it's sort of like I said, it's like of understanding that you do have this half full cup. You have a half full cup. You're not lacking, but rather you have more than enough. Or maybe just the right amount, right? And so the moon here, I feel like you were, oh wow. So illumination comes. I almost feel like you were in a state of illusion where you were, again, it feels like there's a sense of not being enough, of being maybe like you wanted to be up here, you wanted to be among the moon, but like you wanted to be somewhere else, right? This is sort of like because there was an innate feeling of like, oh, this is not enough, or like I'm not enough. So you wanted to be more, or you wanted to have more. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but it's what I'm highlighting, that the door that's available to you is to show you that you have more than enough, that you have, like you already have qualities which are amazing. You already have amazing things all around you. It's just that you're not noticing. It's just that you're not seeing it. I almost feel like this for me is like almost like you were in a state of depression, and we're finally coming out of that depression and understanding. Oh, like the Queen of Cups for me, there's a sense of emotional maturity that comes with it. There's also the Knight of Cups here. For some of you, maybe there is this sense of love coming through here. There might be this, it could be like in terms of like, yes, it could be a romantic love that's being offered here, or it could be that you're finally like offering yourself that love, right? And so the message that I'm seeing here for you in the door that's being opened is that if you are able to see that you are, enough, that there's like beauty, that you already possess the beauty, that you're like out there searching, that you already have within your grasp the things that you want, then you actually, like, it's almost like you shift that perspective, or you open your eyes. I have to say, it's almost like that's the illumination. You are finally opening yourself up, seeing the truth here, especially coming from your heart, right? And then you have this wish fulfillment. You have this. You're like, oh wow, boom. So if you're in a state of like, I don't have love, right? Because for some of you, maybe it's like, I don't have love, or I'm like not lovable, or whatever that is. If you see that that is the illusion, see this as the illusion, and actually see, wow, look at me instead of the Queen of Cups here. You will have that love that comes in, that's being offered. Like an energy of love that finally comes through here. It could also be like riches, well-being, like whatever it is. The things is, you already have it. It's almost like this is the answer. Open your heart, because that's what it is being. Open yourself, not seeing, like, not focusing on the lack, but rather on the things that you do have, the blessings that you have, and seeing that coming from that heart. And look at this, it's almost like celebrate it as if you have it already, and it will be here. It is like the 9 of Cups. The scarcity, or that you're not enough, it really is an illusion, and that's an important thing that you need to see, right? The illumination comes in realizing that. Yeah, look at that. So the first quarter moon in Leo is be humble, right? Not let the ego guide you, not let this, whatever this is, because this is part of the illusion. This is sort of like maybe you put on a mask of being something that you're not. That's not necessary. You are more than enough. Look at that Queen of Cups. It's almost like, also look at the hands up. It's sort of like, you don't have to try to control this. You don't have to, like, any of that. You just almost like, you just trust, right? Believe in the impossible. There's a sense of trusting in it, and then boom, you actually get the things that you want. Very beautiful, I really have to say. Okay, we're going to be using the moon magic to give you some more guidance for the collective of birth too. I know my shadow side, and I'm willing to transform aspects of it. Yeah, so there's a sense of the shadow. I think that for me is that moon. It's sort of like this, like, to me, it's sort of like a depression feeling here. But if you are feeling depressed, consider getting help. I'm not saying that everybody does, but if that is, if, like, yourself better. I shine my light outwards for all to see. And that's sort of, it's interesting for me, because it's sort of like when you were in here, and you almost felt like you felt powerless. You felt like, you didn't have all, like, you could have all the things here. But I feel like this light for you is really that love. If you can actually come from a place of love for yourself, I really have to say, to me, it's sort of like first self-love, and then, like, everything else. Like, gotta show that, and then you shine this light outwards for all to see. I will persist. I will be strong. One more. I'm magnetic to what I want, and I repel what I don't want. It's an interesting thing. Maybe this one is the one I'm going to say. Every day I bring radical self-love to my mind, body, and spirit. So the magnetic of, I am magnetic to what I want and repel what I don't want. I would say, like, again, this is sort of, I know it's strange, but I would just say, I'm magnetic to what I want. And that's pretty much it. Like, I don't know why I'm saying, but it's like sort of like focusing too much on the half-empty side is not what you need to do. I understand that there's shadow work. We all have shadow work. Don't feel like you have, like, it's sort of like, oh no, there's something wrong with me. I just, maybe that's why I'm always like, we all have days when we're not feeling our best. Days when we're like, oh, I wish I could do more. I wish I could be more, right? All these things, we have all those uncertainties and confusion and hazy days in our life. Not dwelling on them is what I would say to you. Acknowledging them, but not dwelling on them. Because I'm not a proponent of you have to be like, high vibrations all the time, because it's really hard. Life, like we have reactions, but not reacting from that emotional space, but rather giving yourself time to process things is what I'm always kind of thinking about. So I hope this reading helps. Thank you so much for being here. It really does mean a lot to me. And I hope to see you in the next one. Until I do, I'm sending you so much love and so much light. Bye-bye, my dear friends. My friends from group 3. I am so happy you are here. So let's get into this. What is this new moon energy? I like this a lot. So you actually are the only group that got 2. And I do like both of them. There's a sense of forgiveness and the courage that it takes to forgive, yeah? Oh, wow. That's funny. Okay. Oh, wow, and deep healing. Okay. So this might actually be, yeah, like it would be that the words that are opening here for you. Maybe it has to do with twin flames. Maybe it has to do with a connection here. And if you're not in a twin flame connection, it just might be yourself here. But what I'm looking at the courage here card, it's almost like the courage to actually, for me, the water is always emotion. So like navigate all your emotions, that's what I'm saying. The courage to navigate all these emotions, all these even thoughts that are being, I feel like it's almost like you're maybe overwhelmed with emotions, and that's okay. The forgiveness comes, yeah, look at that. It's almost, to me, this is like a new, almost like a new moon or the moon growing, I can't say. But the forgiveness, I almost feel like there's a sense of prayer here. If you don't know, I'm a big proponent of prayer. Or even just the need to speak out, like a sort of like what you want forgiveness for, or what you would like to forgive. So it could be that it's something that you want for yourself, or forgiveness that you give on to others, right? So if something has been weighing you down because you've been waiting for like, especially if you're in this twin flame and you're like, there was no closure, or like, not to say that there was closure, but they're like, all of a sudden they kind of left and you're just left with so many questions, and there's just, you go through phases of where you're like, right? But can you let go? I almost feel like to see like the hands are letting go. I'm like, and in letting go, there's a sense of forgiveness. Or if like it's something you yourself are like, I wish I would have done something else, but you can't change the past, and that's so important to us. We tend to stay in the past because we want to change it, but there's no way to change it. What we can do is live in the now, and then that helps us shape the future, right? So what do you need to forgive? And the forgiveness is letting go of it, right? There's a sensing of letting go. Hands are very important here. You even have the respect. So and then with this forgiveness, right? And the forgiveness comes even if there's an upheaval of emotions. This is the deep healing. This is what it is. Yeah, you have strong feelings. And so I'm going to say this because there is the twin flame. For some of you, it may be where this, like there's a lot of emotion, because twin flames do have this like roller coaster ride of a connection. And so I think what kind of leads to forgiveness, or maybe even the courage to forgive, is this respect of understanding. I would say, if you can see, what I like to say is that everybody's doing the best they can where they are, wherever they are at, right? Including ourselves. Wherever we are at, we're always doing the best we can. Yes, the voice inside our heads, like the thing is like, yo, wait, no, you could do way more. You could do, and I understand that as well. But as we are right now, like this is just as what we, what we can do. Like, like if we're not doing more, it's sort of just like that's whatever it is, whether it's, or we're being procrastinating, or wherever it is, we're just doing the best we can at that moment. And everybody else is doing that, right? If they can find this mutual respect of understanding, it's more of like respect and understanding, right? If you can, I would say it's sort of like compromise, or just meet somebody halfway, and even yourself. And I feel like that's sort of what I'm seeing here with the twin flames. Maybe the twin flames, because it can be, if you're in a twin flame, totally, or it can be that meeting your like shadow side halfway there. It's sort of like Can you forgive yourself? Can you forgive whatever this intense emotion is? Can you be okay with emotions that are like, they're an upheaval of emotions, right? Whatever reason it is. It's really reminding me of the Two of Pentacles here, finding balance within yourself. Even when everything outside is all crazy, right? It's, can you find that inner peace? And I think that's the deep healing. And then it's almost like, for me, it's sort of letting go. Letting go. You cannot control the situation is what I'm almost seeing here. And it's not for you to control anyways. All right, let's see. What doors are opening? Temperance, yeah, okay. High Priestess, Nine of Wands. The Four of Wands really just wants to come out today. There's a lot to celebrate is what I'm seeing here. The Hermit, yes, okay. And then the World. And then there's the Six of Pentacles is the answer. What is the answer to it? It is really that giving and receiving. I feel like, to me, it's sort of like this balance within here. The Temperance, for me, is, yes, is a sense of divine timing and of having patience. But when it came out, the message that I'm seeing is sort of like, if you can, which is really hard. Like, I actually think being in the middle road, being in the middle path is actually one of the hardest things to do. Not going to extremes, but really be in the middle, being able to see. That's sort of what I'm seeing here for you. That's the courage. Can you have the courage to be in the middle path? Not extremes, but in the middle. That's a lot. Your High Priestess is all about intuition, guidance, going within yourself. Yeah, there's a sense of needing to go within. Even here with the Hermit as well. It's sort of like the clarity that you seek, maybe the forgiveness. I feel like there's almost a sense of peace. Like I said, even if there's chaos around you, is within yourself. Right? This is within yourself. Also, like I said, not reacting, but rather being in a state of like in the middle path. I know it doesn't, like, that's a lot to say, and I actually like to expect from others. Here's the Nine of Wands again. And normally I would say like the Nine of Wands is sort of like, yeah, it is the determination. It's the courage of seeing things through, right? You're almost at the finish line. And so it's the courage of, for me here, is you see all that, like, for me, it's like a chaos, an emotional upheaval in many ways. But of standing your ground, of being okay, of like almost like taking yourself out of that equation, because it may not be your own emotions. It may just be the chaos around you, right? The world can be very chaotic. There's a lot of like, there's a lot of energies being pulled and pushed that are not, that are opposing many things. But you see, like, I think here, what I'm seeing is like, you can be happy regardless of what, and there's, for me, it's almost like there's a protective bubble. Like, you protect yourself because you have this intuition, you have this Hermit, like, you go within yourself. Not always, like, I'm not always saying, oh, you have to, like, put yourself in a bubble. Actually, I say the opposite, but there's almost a sense of putting a light barrier around you, and it's very important in this case here, especially this. It's interesting, this new moon. So this new moon is, I almost feel like you're receiving a lot of your power. You have four major arcanas, and so even if everything, the chaos, right, the chaos around, right, you can be fine, you can be happy, you can be here. And this is important for you because I think that this is where you are actually going to shine your light for others, right? And then you shine, but then you also go back and conserve, right? put this healing energy around you. Put yourself in a bubble of light, my friends. This is part of, I guess, it really is this opportunity to connect to, I would say, your true power, your true psychic abilities here. And there's a sense of a Four of Wands celebrating. Oh, it's so funny because I'm like, oh, but this could be about twin flames. And even if I were to say this is about twin flames, like it could be about love, it is really about, even if you're in this connection, even if this is like important to you, really it is about you being in a state of peace within yourself, regardless of what's happening. And so whatever happens here with this twin flames here, for this, but there's, again, I think the Four of Wands is what it is, a reminder of celebrating. And I really feel like celebrating yourself, celebrating everything that you have. Giving and receiving here, that's the answer, huh? So yeah, because it is, look at this. All right, so we have, you give, I feel like, the light, right? You give the light to the world, or to this connection. You give light to this connection, whether if you're a twin flame. And then, but you also allow, things to come in, right? And I feel like it's almost like in the Hermit, you're actually receiving all the energy. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes I don't know if that makes sense. Go wild. Okay. All right. Yeah. And there's this sense of work through your fears. The new moon in Scorpio, you're working through the fears. I feel like a lot of the fears is, like there's, to me, it's like emotional upheaval in some way. I don't know if it's within yourself or if it's outside, external. It could be both. So this go wild, there's a sense of, like that Four of Wands, I sort of like celebrate life, even when there's this, I would say, chaos. I actually feel like there's a sense of chaos here. Not you, I don't know why I don't feel like it's you, it's just there's a sense of chaos around you. So even then, just go wild, celebrate all this, and don't try, that's it, but don't try to, but pull your energy when you need to, right? There's I feel like there's a sense of always just having yourself in this bubble of light. I hope that makes sense. I really am like, I could understand it, but I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. All right, let's see what messages, what helpful messages we have for the collective group 3. I can guide and lead others wisely with love. Yep, I think you are. You're at this guiding point. Like I said, middle path, my friends. I seek balance and grounding. When you need it, yes, you do. And you're going to need it because it's the Hermit mode is what I'm seeing here, right? And it's okay to go into Hermit mode. Maybe that's something to go. I let go of the anxieties of others. Yeah, like I really do feel like that chaos is not yours, that it's an external thing. I teach people how to treat me, and I actually think to me, I'm going to say that you teach people how to have this light, to have this inner peace. That's what I'm seeing here for you. So one more card. I'm honest with myself and others. Yeah. And I gather wisdom each day. So I'm ooh, okay, this one I think is the one how we're going to end it. So I accept that here now is exactly where I am, and that is the place of profound learning. Yes. Oh my goodness, that I think is the one. That's the one. That's the one. Okay, so I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up and please do consider subscribing. I hope to see you in the next one. And until I do, I'm sending you so much love. Bye-bye, my dear friends.